Hey guys, this is John Wayne Daugherty with JWD Lego Fun, and as promised, a video of Pirates of Barracuda Bay, set number 21322. This is a Lego idea set, and it is pretty amazing and huge. Just look, like this is like eye height with me. I'm 6'7". That's a big set. Huge, huge instruction booklet. A lot of nostalgia going with this set. It's modeled off a set from 30 years ago. And so I am so excited to have this. There is a little story at the beginning because, it's time for story time. So, sometime in the 18th century, there lived a colony of settlers who peacefully thrived by means of the buried treasure they had discovered on their new island home. But they were not the only ones who knew of this gold. Captain Redbeard, leader of the infamous Legoland Pirates of the Sea and commander of the Black Sea's Barracuda pirate ship, had his claim. The gold had belonged to his ancestors, and he vowed to take back what he believed was rightly his. Captain Redbeard was legendary. Over the years, many captains came and went, names such as Foul, Ironhook, and Brickbeard, but none could strike fear into the Imperials and rally the pirates like Redbeard. And so, as the settlers slept, Redbeard gathered his fellow pirates, loaded his cannons, and set sail for El Dorado Fortress. He and his sailors charted tornado-like storms and battled wind-whipped waters. However, as the sun came up and the wind stopped whistling, there was no sign of Redbeard or his shipmates. No storming pirates woke the settlers from their beds, and no ships stirred the horizon, not that morning, and not ever again. Many years went by, and although Redbeard and his crew never returned, tales of the captain lived on in the tavern whispers. Some said he was seen off the coast of Treasure Island. Others heard he was locked away in El Dorado Fortress. Many believed he had been taken by the sea. But recently a new rumor abounds, a rumor of a strange island, an island inhabited by graying pirates and built with the wreckage of an old ship. Who knows what's true and what's false, but beware regardless. If you listen to the whistling winds of the sea at night, you might just hear the words, Barracuda, Barracuda. Now it's up to you and your imagination to continue the adventures. And that is just a tiny taste of what's in this book and what's in store with this set. So we will dive right into the minifigures and probably get a tour of the island from Redbeard himself. All right, 4 minifigures in this set. We have 8 of them, and they all have very distinct personalities. Well, maybe a couple of them are similar, and you'll see that in a minute. Each one of them has a little bio in the set. First is Captain Redbeard. They have a little gray in his beard and his chin there. Captain Redbeard was once captain of the great ship Black Sea's Barracuda, an infamous pirate, but Redbeard and his crew sailed the seas from Rock Island Refuge in search of treasures stolen by the mighty Imperials. Feared by his enemies, admired by his friends, Redbeard was a legend among all seafaring folk. A pirate pioneer, Redbeard paved the way for pirates that came after him, and it was said that Long John Silver stole his wooden leg idea, Captain Hook copied his missing hand, and Blackbeard was inspired by his lustrous beard. Next we have Lady Anchor. She was one heavy-hitting swashbuckler. She kept the crew at bay, held things down, and made sure everything was ship-shape when Redbeard was at sea. Quartermaster Riggins. A close confidant to the captain, Riggins was the only other member of the crew to be trusted with the location of the treasure and always sees eye to eye with the captain, because their patches are on opposite sides, of course. Robin Lute, former gunner of the Crossbone Clipper ship, the definition of a loose cannon. Then we have the twins. You know, those are the ones that I say are probably a little similar. The red shirt with the blue hat is Port, one of the Broadside brothers. Joined the crew at Rock Island Refuge. Magnificent mustache and marooned regularly. Starbird, with the blue striped shirt and the red hat, is the other Broadside brother. He shared his love of face furniture with his brother, but lets himself down with his cooking. Next we have Tatuga. He is a master craftsman with extraordinary strength. Rumor has it he once beat a shark in an arm wrestling contest. And last and certainly not least is Jack Dark Shark Doubloons. The bosun of the ship, Jack Doubloons, made sure everything was rigged out and above board. So lots of personality, lots of character to go along with these sets, lots of throwback stuff to the old pirate sets, and is really, really, really cool. So next we are going to have a tour of this wonderful island by our very own Captain Redbeard. Arg! Come with me, mateys, and we'll take a tour of my island here in Barracuda Bay. As you can see, coming up to the island, we've got a nice rowboat here, a shark, a little symbol here on the side of the island, and Jose's Inn. So we've got a little restaurant for me and me mateys. We've got a place for us to eat, and it's great. And we have these vines that are growing out of everything, everywhere, because, you know, it's been 30 years that we've been stuck on this island. We have one of our Imperial prisoners here in his cell. He's a little skinnier than he used to be, if you know what I mean. You can see how tall our ship broke into 3 pieces, and you can see how tall that ship really goes. I've got me ship. It's broken up in 3 pieces, don't you know? And those 3 pieces have quite different functions here in the island, but we all get along so well. I've sent me crew out. They've gone for a little swim amongst the sharks. They'll be back soon. Meanwhile, there's a little dinner waiting over here for us for later. We have all different kinds of hidden things inside of our ships. We've got an Imperial soldier back here. He's seen better days. He's looking a little skinny. Another one of his friends hiding down underneath the dock. We've got little coral in the reefs. We've got crabs. We've got lanterns about everywhere. We've got all kinds of food. Apparently we've been making bread, and we have bananas and pineapples somewhere on this island, because there they are. We've got the cannons ready to fire. We've got Jose's Inn here. That's where we go to eat, and several other things in the island. And by the magic of television, the island will turn. Oh, yes, this is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Excuse that gigantic hand. There's the back. There's some sleeping quarters just on the other side of Pablo's restaurant. And there's a little Imperial soldier. Poor boy. He's seen better days, hasn't he? And then a little place for us to cook our dinner. And then up here is my quarters, and we'll show you the inside of that shortly. There inside my quarters
is where I do my cartography. I've got my little bed there. I've got my chair, everything I need to keep track of what's going on. And then, as we were pointing out earlier, Jose's in, and you can see inside there, beyond the sleeping quarters, there's places for people to stand. We've got everything we could possibly need on this island. Who could ask for more? That's what I'm telling you. So this is Blackbeard. Hoping you've loved your little tour. Did you think you were getting more than that? Don't be scurvy.
Thanks, Redbeard. So there's these pieces that come in and out really easily for you to get in and out of the different sections of the ship. So you can put the cannons back up. Lots of cannons, and these cannons actually fire. If you take one of the little gray round pieces like this and put it inside the cannon, and then you can pull, sorry, just like one of the cannons, and you pull this on the end, and the cannon actually fires. So that's fun. And there's lots of little cannonball pieces if you need them. I definitely like this set as the island as opposed to the ship. Not that I don't like the ship, but I just prefer it as the island because it uses the most pieces and it feels, I don't know, it feels the most complete that way. There's a little hidden treasure here. And so the island, if you see the sides of the boat there, when you put the island together, the sides of the boat will go together in order. It doesn't snap together, but it just kind of fits together well enough. And you line these two pieces up here. It fits together well enough that it feels like it's, like you know when it's in place. There you go. So there's some sides that kind of clip into place there. Not permanently clipped, but enough to know that you've got it in the right spot. And there's all kinds of little details and things. And so up next, we will show you the alternative build of the actual ship, which will use all these sails plus extra ones that are with the set. There are lots of extra pieces and sails that go with it, and there's quite a bit of work to do to change these 1, 2, 3 separate pieces into the ship. There aren't any instructions to turn it back, so you kind of have to go backwards and look through the instructions to make sure you've got everything in place. That was a little bit of a pain, but definitely like it in this shape. And we'll be using this along with some other stuff to make a Pirates themed area for my Lego Disney park. So up next is the ship. Here is the full Black Seas Barracuda ship, which is the build at the end of the book. So once you've built the full island, then you can take it apart. There's different parts you put on and take off in order to make this full ship. So this is the Black Seas Barracuda full ship. You can see the lady on the mast here, front, and all of the different sails, the different pirate flags. The ship itself is pretty sturdy. It holds together pretty well. Got the parrot on there. Got the wheel to control, and as you can see, it's the three separate sections that it comes into that you put together. The separate sections that you had for making the different parts on the island.
Thanks again, guys, for watching. This is John Wayne Daugherty with JWD Lego Fun. As always, please like and subscribe and set to all notifications on my channel. It's really helpful. And thanks again to our special guest, Redbeard, for help with the set tour this week. Arrgh, don't mention it. Now walk the plank. Gulp. Hope to see you soon, guys. Like and subscribe. Jeez.